Alright, if you watched my last video, you know this was supposed to give its power drain to my 72 Mach 1 Mustang. But it rotten knocks. I didn't know that when I bought it. So it's no longer donating its engine. Instead, the plan is to come over here and we're going to take the original 351 Cleveland. We're going to take it apart and put it back together. Somebody has messed with this engine before. As you can see, it's extremely rusty. Needs a bunch of work. We're going to see if it's savable. I'm going to beat these pistons out of it because it's locked up, because it's set in somebody's garage, not just mine, in the same shape it's in. Beat the pistons out of it and take it to the machine shop and see what they say. See if they think it's worth it. Now, this is just not a factory 351 Cleveland. It's supposed to have been bored 30. It's got forged pistons, forged crank. It's got a crane cam in it. The heads for it are over here. They've been ported. Bigger valves, push rods. So this engine's had some work done to it by somebody. Now whether or not it was somebody that needed to be doing the work, that's up for debate. Let's hop right in, beating these pistons out and go from there. Alright, so I got 3 of these pistons out last night. Messed with it off camera some. And the rods are looking pretty rough. The bearings that was in it, it probably hadn't been ran off of it, in all honesty. It's pretty new. Pistons got them marked. Just the dome top. But bearings look good. Rods awful rusty. See what the machine shop has to say about them. But let's get these other ones out. Your starter's number 3 is already halfway out, so I'm gonna see if I can tap it a little further. So we're kind of in a predicament here. Can't turn the crank to be able to get to these two. Or get to this nut and this nut over here. Which is a problem. I can't get anything on. I can't turn it to get anything on. Alright, we're going to do something not proper at all. I'm going to tap that piston back up there just a little bit. Alright, so something I just learned on these engines, and whoever put this together must not have known it either, the way they marked these caps. But it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to remark my pistons real quick. makes this little guy number 4. Oh, there's the old heavy banker. So if you look at these bearings I pulled out, they look just about brand new, but they're rusty from where they've been sitting. And from what I've gathered and picked up, I think this thing was just freshly rebuilt and then just left to rot, which is sad, but it happens. Happens on probably more of these than you would think. Look at that crusty ass dude. Real bad looking. Rust just fell out of it. I don't think we're looking real hot. Come on out, girl. Number 2, rust falling out of her. But let me give you this. look down into these cylinders. So you can see how rusty that is down there. Let me get you the light. It's just real rusty and crusty, especially this first cylinder right here. I think it's terrible. You can see the cam's rusty down in there. It just looks bad. And I don't know that the machine shop will be able to do anything about that. But we can only see what they say. Alright, so a few things have happened since the last part of the video where I was tearing it down. Since then, I took this thing to the machine shop. I know it still looks rusty, but we got some bad news about this block. So I'm gonna slide it out here and show you what's going on with it. Alright, so as far as looking down in the cylinder walls, most of them cleaned up, which it's got a little bit of flash rust on it now, but they're not too horrible. This engine was originally bored 30 over, so I knew it would have to be bored again, and 60 is about as far as you can go on these Cleveland blocks. So it was already, you know, a shot in the dark of whether or not it'd be enough. But once they cleaned it, they found, Vince can see it, that big weld right here. So somebody has cracked this block right here on this cam journal and welded it back right there. Now, with that being said, somebody doing that, it could, it's one of them things where I could run it and it could be fine, or I could throw it in there and the rest of that bearing break and wipe out a cam. And I'm dumping quite a bit of money into this Mustang. I will be dumping quite a bit of money into this engine. And I'm just not comfortable risking it on somebody else's weld. So, if anybody needs a 351 Cleveland block that's bored 30 over that'll have to go 60 over, has a weld on it that they feel like trusting, you know where to get one. But with that being said, I'm on the search for a new block. So seems like we've had a lot of rough endings here lately with the videos. First, the main bearings on that truck's gone. Now we got bad news on the block, but that's part of it. So we'll go from there and see what we can do, finding another block, and who knows, maybe we'll find something good. So